This is Vaughn Clement, and this is a new version of CRM and PM Pro. This was built on the basic frame of the CRM and PM 5. This application has been changed where the user interface at the top of the screen now is different, and aspects of the interior or back part of the application have also been changed and updated. The whole point of this application in this video is to show you the basics of the application. And what I would request is that you ask for a full live demo where I will walk you through the entire application. In the application now, you have the main menu we're viewing here, which also is the advanced calendar. And this is a place where you can add appointments and other activities that are related to managing your CRM system for your clients. There's the ability to create different calendars. By adding those different calendars, you can have one for sales appointments. You can have individual appointments for that are managed by individuals on your sales force, and also proposal information that is required as far as when it is supposed to be delivered and who it's going to be delivered to. And that's based on creating your own calendar set. And that's done through the user accounts over here on this side of the application. The application also has the customer or CRM screen, the proposal development side, the sales side, and an inventory system. The sales does actually, after the proposal is in, you can actually create invoices and charge the client through the invoice system, but that's not a requirement. You can also use an accounting program if you'd like. This is more like a business system that is a front end for the business. In other words, your accounting department can do their thing, but you can still have all the information that is required in order to develop through marketing, through the proposal, and managing the sales. And there within the system still manage the ongoing evolution of the actual project and project management, along with the project management costs. You can review this application by watching a little bit more of this video, but I'm not trying to cover all the things that are going to occur in this application. In the newer versions of the applications, I've created what is called VideoHelp for each screen, where the screens themselves are explained and give you a better idea, and on a field-by-field situation is how the application actually works. There is also a way to hide and show the menus depending on what screen you're in and how you're using the application. This application can be used on an iPad using FM Go. It can also be used as a cloud app. It can also be used as a desktop app for the Mac or the PC. It also can be used as a on the desktop application where you use remote access and run it directly from the desktop through an iPad or through an iPhone or other devices that allow you to access directly through a remote connection. This has been replacing the prior sync, which in the last apps as of December of last year, Apple has changed the way that sync can be used because of possible hacking on the iTunes site. So it is no longer supported in this application or any of the applications on this website. Now on this screen, I'm just going to pop toward the back. I'm not going to try to explain the calendars here, but I want to show you in the CRM area that there is an application where it does manage all the CRM stuff, all the related clients to the primary client. And as you can see through all the different icons up here, you can do all kinds of things like running reports and performing finds, looking for information and developing information, as well as tabs that are in here. For example, this one runs the calendar, which will show you the location of the individual client, who is the top level client, the primary. And you get the address that was put into the CRM part that generates the map. There's also a customer UDF area where you can add a picture of either the person or the business and the additional information that you want to put in here. These UDF fields in here, you can create your own titles, your own field information, and you can have as many of these as you want. There is an endless amount that you can add to the system. And these are for the current record for the person who is the primary client that you're looking at here. There is also a proposal track where new proposals are added and the information about them in the pre-development and through the development of the actual proposal. There is an activity screen where you can have additional printable screens where you can take the proposal information and distribute it to employees in the company that require that information. There's a meeting track where you can watch the agenda, the meeting attendees, and the notes, and you can put as many of these in for each meeting that you attend, and the information for the meeting goes at the top of the screen. And there's also, on this icon, you can have a separate form where you can take the attendance meeting information and distribute it, or the individual employees in your company can edit these screens in that screen here or on the main screen here. But this one has additional information on it and can be distributed and printed from that form. The last one is the action track, and this is for action items. And again, this has its own form and the ability to go to that form or alter the information in here. And these are any action items that are assigned to this client that are tracked as far as completion and individual information as far as how this action is being completed. If you go into the inventory screen, I'm going to skip over to that because it'd be the next thing you would add. There's an inventory screen that includes a image of the actual item. You can add information about the item and pricing. It shows high and low levels, and it can track the items. And this here tracks each individual invoice and who the items were sold to with information by each invoice. The button at the end of the row will take you to the exact invoice for that information. And throughout the system, you can use the new interface that I've added where you can move around the screens very quickly. Let's go to the proposal screen. In the proposal screen, if you've not heard about WBS or work breakdown structures, I use that approach in the screen. When I take you through a walking tour, I'll explain how it works, and it actually is quite unique, and a lot of people that have used WBS in the past understand that it is a way to break down your proposal into individual pieces like the 1.0, 1.1, and so forth sections of your proposal, and then track all the costs that are related to them and create charts and graphs that are related to the actual cost elements. For example, you can track the individual elements and also see the actual chart if you have those elements in the system. Let's go back to the proposal. There is also a cost management section where you can see the individual cost elements of the proposal, with a budget element where you can actually budget it by department, or you can do a straightforward load of the allowance that you're going to take as far as the margin is concerned. It will calculate all these in here for you. It's kind of a no-brainer. It actually just works the way it should, and it summarizes the total for the entire proposal at the cost level and then at the loaded margin level at the other side, and the total of the priced proposal as you go down through. And this is broken down. Obviously, I just put a few figures in there. If you had a large proposal, it would manage up to $1 billion contract, no problem at all. This is the actual project labor plan where you can actually track labor if you wanted to do a micro a section of each track as far as the people that are doing the work and tracking the cost elements and the days that they actually completed those elements. There is also an others cost, which would be vendors, where you can track contracts, manuals, or anything that's being done that is related to the actual project that is as it goes on. This also has a cost chart that tracks and breaks down the costs. And for example, let's try that and see it. It's a pie chart, and you can see how it breaks out, and you can have many, many elements in this and still be able to print this screen and see those pieces of information. And let's go back to proposal. The last one is a web viewer where you can actually go in and look at different sites for different information and shop around, or even look at the client site to see what their site is providing and what kind of services and hardware they're using. There's also a thing called a data portal where you can either take products or documents or whatever and keep a running category of as many of these as you want, where you can either go to a website and have a website you're looking up into, or you can have a document that was created where you're going to actually add a document in, and you can have anything like a video if you wanted to, and also a still image if you want to add it. And you can insert these by just searching your hard drive or going out on the web and taking a capture of the URL for an image, for example, and then placing that into the screen here. And then just clicking this will put that image into the screen. So It's very simple to do, and this one takes you to the actual website if you have a website entered in there. The show all, perform finds, and do finds, these will be explained in detail when you take a tour of the app on a demo, and I'll explain how the rest of the app works. This is just a short way of seeing the entire app and a description of some of the things it'll do. I can give you more in-depth exposure to what the app can do, and I want to point out that this is a custom app, so it has the ability to be modified to meet your specific requirements. And that is, for example, in the sales area where you can have your own custom invoice. This is the invoice input, but there is a custom invoice for the print invoice where you can have, and this is done in a report format where it can be diced and sliced any way you want to, where you can have your own logo, your own clients through drop downs where you pick them, and your logo would go here, and then your individual information for your company, and this can be changed to fit your requirements. So once again, it's a good time to take a demo. Just contact me by my email at vclement@gmail.com. That concludes this short tour. Thank you.